I like it. It's actually kind of fun.
It's fun. It's great.
It's fun?
It's fun.
In what way? What way would you say it's fun?
Well, I think the coaches, they bring a lot of fun into it. Every tournament I win, I have to owe it to my coaches. They teach me everything I know.
Jiu Jitsu is fun, and it's a really fun experience because you meet new people and you can make new friends, and you can just like be friends with them.
We learned a lot of stuff from guard.
We learned a new sweep, and that, I don't know what it's called, but we did something with our arm, and you get us on our back, our stomach, and you push up, and it hurts your arm. It makes you tap.
What did you guys learn?
Today we learned scissor sweep.
I learned 2 sweeps from guard and a submission from guard.
When I was in 5th grade, this girl used to bully me. She went in the bathroom. We were all in the bathroom, and she kept looking at me like she was gonna hit me, and she just kept talking about me. So I left the bathroom before any problems started. We got into the classroom, and she had slapped me across my face, and I stood in position like I didn't know what to do. Then you could say my mom got me into this program, and now I feel confident because if another girl tries to hit me, then I know what to do.
I got bullied a lot because of my size. I was smaller than everybody, and so my dad put me in here, and then probably like 6 years later, 7 now, I stuck up for a kid. It felt really good, and now I know how to protect other kids and stop bullying and protect myself.
So what happened with the other kid?
He
You
was
want to tell us about it?
He was getting bullied by another kid, which was my friend, and he pushed him into a desk, and then he pushed him into the floor. The next day, my mom went to parent-teacher conference. My teacher told them about it, and then they came home, talked to me about it. The next day, he was getting bullied, and I said, "Stop bullying Daniel," and then he was like, and then he pushed me, and then I pushed him back, and then he walked away. And then now Daniel sent me a note. He wants to play basketball with me. He gave me his number. He would play basketball with me.
When I started Jiu Jitsu, my dad was friends with a coach, and since him and his dad were friends, my dad's friend had a kid that was a little younger than me. So when I started Jiu Jitsu, we usually rolled together or drilled together, and after I drilled a little bit with other people, but he was a great friend, and it was a great experience, and I'm still friends with him now. So Jiu-Jitsu helped me socialize and make friends. Like Matt is also a great friend. There's so many great friends and so many great people that you can meet through Jiu-Jitsu.
Like I said, I owe it all to the teachers. I'll try to use it in the tournaments coming up.
What do you guys think of your coaches?
Well, coaches are amazing.
Yeah?
Amazing.
I think Coach Jeff he helps me with a lot. Sometimes I think of him as not even my coach. He helps me a lot, and I want to thank Coach Jeff for being there for me.
I like both of my coaches. Coach Jeff is more than a coach to me. He's my family. Everybody here is my family, especially who I train with. And every day I get to leave this gym happy, with a lot more friends. Every time a new kid joined, me and Forrest would go up to them, say hi, and shake their hand. And then after class, we'll talk to them and just become friends and families.
By you, Forrest?
Both Coach Matt and Coach Jeff are amazingly goofy, and they put a lot of fun into the program, and they're also great coaches for discipline too. They're not just goofy all the time and let you do what you want. They're goofy and when you're not in control of yourself, they're going to tell you to stop, or they're going to make you do push-ups.
Well, I came over to West New York MMA, and my son was involved in a kids program, and they had Taekwondo at the time and Jiu Jitsu. I came in, and I liked the class, and there were some unfortunate circumstances, and Bayo had to step out of the class. So I came over, and I ended up taking over the kids program. I was just teaching the Jiu Jitsu portion at first, and I love the kids. I've worked with kids for a long time. I used to coach kids wrestling. I always taught kids about being an academic athlete. What that means is they learn how to learn in my class. It's easy to learn how to learn when you learn something that's fun. Jiu-Jitsu can be really fun to learn. Muay Thai can be really fun to learn. And you learn how you can learn. Some kids learn by watching. Some kids learn by doing. Some kids learn by listening and figuring it out. Every kid's a little bit different. And depending on their age, they learn a little bit different. So what I do is I teach the kids like age-appropriate material. I split the class into 2 age groups. The kids from 5 to 8 are in one class, and then the kids 8 and over in another class. And the first class is a little bit more concentrated on games and fun, but we're still teaching good technique and having a good time doing it.
I do Brazilian Jiu Jitsu is my choice of martial arts. I got hooked about 3 years ago. My brother came up to me, said something, I found something I think you would like, signed me up randomly. I showed up to the gym, said, you know what, let me give it a shot. I fell in love with it ever since then. Got my kid to do it. I started to do it with him, and it's been a success. I've learned a lot so far, and I've become passionate to teach young children Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, to be instructor as well. And I think this is kind of huge for Buffalo. It's not that big in general. Jiu-Jitsu isn't that big in Buffalo, but it's growing. It's definitely growing since the last couple of years.
Right.
I think what Coach Caveman and Professor Mike Dubb are doing is amazing. I plugged in. We started with just about 5 kids. It grew over. We have over about 40 students in our program now, and I think that we're just continue to grow. What happens is we break it down into 3 steps. In the beginning of jiu-jitsu for kids, what you want them to do is make it fun, make it a game, teaching them these small techniques that evolve into a jiu-jitsu game eventually, right? So we take them through the small steps of learning easy rolls and shrimping and stuff like that. And then as they progress, they get higher ranked in belts, and we start to put more ammo into their arsenal. So these kids actually start doing live jiu-jitsu. They ended up rolling like adults. So it's a great turnout to see the progress of these kids. It's been amazing. Some of these kids came in not knowing a thing, not knowing anything. I mean, 2-3 months later, they're competing with some awesome kids. I mean, just that alone tells you that this works.
Has it helped you with the discipline at all?
Yes, discipline. A lot.
There's a lot of discipline put into this program, and every kid should be in the martial arts program because they learn respect, and they learn how to respect people, other people older than them or younger than them, and they learn discipline and self-control, and also this also can help them defend themselves if they're getting physically bullied.
You guys mentioned a couple of times that it's pretty fun. How much, on a scale from 1 through 10, how much fun is?
I'm gonna have to say it's above 10.
Above 10. Wow. What about you, Sam?
Above 10.
Above 10. What about you, Forrest?
I agree with both of them combined.
We're WNYMMA. We're a 255 grade arrow. I teach classes from 5 to 5:45 and 5:45 to 6:30. The first class is for ages 5 to 8, and it's more focused on games and teaching. And the second class from 5:45 to 6:30 is based more on technique and actively learning, academically, athletically learning the class. I was a professional MMA fighter. I was a professional Muay Thai fighter. I wrestled in high school and college. I coach on the MMA team for this great academy. And what I do is I take the lessons I learned in my life of fighting, and I learn from coaching the cardiovascular techniques, the strengthening techniques, the fighting techniques. I take it, I modify it for the kids program, and that's what we do. We train like we're going out there to fight, but we don't fight. I don't let the kids spar and stand up right now. I don't believe that getting hit in the head as a child is beneficial for children. I don't think they should be getting hit in the head till at least 13, 14, 15 years old. There's a lot of studies showing that concussive brain damage is bad for kids, and we understand that. But at the same time, we want kids to be able to protect themselves and understand how to move, how to defend yourself if you are in that situation.